Hi there, Miranda Alt here with Keller Williams Success Real Estate and the Miranda Alt team with your Monday market update for Monday, April 15th, 2024. Thanks so much for watching. Happy tax day. Hopefully you got your taxes done already, or at least you filed an extension like me. I rarely ever do my taxes on time. Shh, don't tell. I hope you're having a lovely day. Here in the Midwest, we are having just the greatest weather. This is very summer-like weather for us, so everyone's, getting all excited, getting geared up for the summer, and all this does is fuel our housing market. It is on fire. We've got houses selling record fast for record prices. Prices are generally going up along with the interest rates. So let's talk about the three I's that we typically talk about that kind of affect our housing market. We've got inflation, interest rates, and inventory. So inflation is still coming back higher than anticipated. Consumer spending is still up. We had a little bit of an increase in the CPI last week as well as inflation, which is encouraging the feds to keep interest rates where they're at. If not, I don't think they're going to increase the prime rate, but interest rates have gone up slightly in response to some of those reports that have come in. So we are seeing interest rates at about 7% right now, maybe even a little higher than that, 7.25 for some people. I saw a contract come across my computer this week that was 8.25. Now that was the cap for this particular buyer, so they probably had some other issues like credit, or maybe they have a higher debt to income ratio, but their pre-approval was not to exceed 8.25%. So we are seeing those interest rates creeping up again. We are seeing multiple offer situations on most homes that hit the market. We are seeing the escalation clauses, appraisal gap waivers, all of those things are all part of the process right now. I had a home that was listed last week. We had 9 offers on it as of yesterday. We selected one, and it's under contract for well over the contract or the listed price. So let's take a quick look at our Montgomery County numbers for the last 7 days, and we'll talk a little bit more about what's happening here. We had 142 new listings, 34 of which are already under contract. We had 144 go under contract, so some of those are duplicated, double counted for. 78 closed sales, 30 price changes, 62 currently on the private network, which is good. Those are homes that are coming to market, and 0 expireds. So I know personally a lot of my clients are still getting their homes ready to get to go on the market. Typically between April 15th and April 30th, we kind of see a real big push, because that is kind of people's last chance to get something under contract before the end of this school year and before the summer begins for kids. So if you want to get a new home before summer and get kids acclimated before the school year next year, this is kind of the last push. We also see searches sort of amp up right now. So we are going to see an increase in our activity right now in April, May, June, and all the way. I mean, I always say, I'm really going to be busy all the way until October. We see that huge push. Now is the prime spring market time, but we will see this surge continue through the summer months. Couple other statistics that I saw today. The median sales price for existing homes in the U.S. was $384,500 as of February. That was the highest February number recorded in history, according to the National Association of Realtors. We are seeing more and more homes go under contract. We are seeing an increase in the number of contracts written that is largely led by the Midwest, mostly because we are more affordable. The West and the South is seeing a little bit of a decrease. They are seeing their numbers come down because it's more expensive in those areas, so less people can afford it. And some of those prices we've talked about before doubled after COVID, and so some of those are seeing some price corrections in those areas. In the Midwest, we are not seeing that. In Montgomery County, we are still seeing our numbers go up. We're still seeing more and more homes come on the market, but more and more going under contract. Now, I've talked about it a couple of different times that this is, inventory is very tight. Yes, we only have about 0.8 months inventory in Crystal Lake. That's been the number for quite a while. We are seeing home builders building, but they're still not building rapidly enough. Last week, I talked about that we are about 7.3 million homes behind in construction and what we need for how many household formations we've had over the last decade. So we need to see home builders building more rapidly, more than we even need interest rates to come down. A lot of people talk about inventory and that, we don't have a lot of inventory because everyone's locked in at a low interest rate. That's not necessarily true. And I've talked about this 1,000 times. If I sell my home and buy another home, That does not create more inventory. That creates more transactions, which is great for me as a realtor, but for you as a homeowner, more transactions does not equal more opportunity. It's just more people involved in the cycle. So we need home builders to build in order to create more inventory to feed the demand. Why do we have such high demand? Well, because we had more babies born between 1989 and 1992. That was the largest birth rate of the millennial generation. And those people are all turning 30, which is the prime age to buy their first home. I have a lot of first-time home buyers right now. And all of these first-time home buyers are saying, yeah, I know interest rates are 7%, but I've been waiting for 3 years and all it's done is gotten worse. And so my parents told me to wait in 2021 to not buy a house because prices were too high. Well, guess what? Prices have just continued to go up. My parents told me to wait until interest rates come down. Well, guess what? They've only gone up. So we're seeing all of these people who've been waiting, and they're done waiting. They are ready to get into the housing market. We're also seeing rents going up so rapidly that they don't want to rent. They know they're wasting their money on rent, so they want to buy a home instead. So that is creating more household formations, which is creating more demand, which is causing prices to go up. So what we really need is builders to build. So let's hope that that continues. And at some point we will catch up with this inventory issue. Inflation hopefully will start to come down in the following months, although spring is really a big time for people to get out and spend. And we've got a lot of credit card debt out there in the United States right now. So if you're spending money on your credit cards, please, please, please curb it down. If you can't afford to buy it, don't buy it. And save that money so that you can buy a house, something that will actually appreciate with a fixed payment. We know over 90% of millionaires become so through real estate. It is the best way to grow your wealth. If you've got more questions on that, as always, please reach out to me. I'm Miranda Alt with Keller Williams Success Real Estate, the Miranda Alt team. Happy spring. I hope you enjoy the rest of this week. We're going to get some rain, so that's okay. It'll be a good day to be productive tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then we're off for another beautiful weekend next weekend. Between now and then, have a great day. Bye.